Don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts or story in the comments and subscribe to our latest stories. Before I start, tell me where you are watching me from. I wonder which cities and towns will join me in this memory that will follow me for years. It happened on an ordinary Tuesday morning, the kind that begins with lukewarm coffee and the same radio host's cheerful voice pretending the world isn't tired. I was halfway through reviewing the monthly sales report when my phone buzzed with a message from my boss, Daniel. He rarely texted me directly. Usually, his messages came through email or a brief chat during meetings. But this one was different. Need you to come to the office right now. It's urgent. I frowned at the screen. Daniel wasn't the dramatic type. Calm, measured, even a little detached. He never used words like urgent. I remember glancing at the clock, 9:46 a.m., and feeling my pulse quicken for reasons I couldn't name. The office was only 10 minutes away, but that short drive felt longer than usual. The November sky was pale grey, with clouds pressed low against the horizon. I remember how the windshield wipers made that dry squeak every few seconds, scraping away a mist that refused to clear completely. Everything felt uncertain, like the world was holding its breath. When I arrived, the front lobby was quiet. Too quiet. The receptionist, Anna, gave me a knowing look, as if she wanted to say something but thought better of it. I walked past her desk and down the hall, my heels echoing against the marble floor, the sound sharp and lonely. Daniel's office door was slightly ajar. I knocked lightly before stepping in. He was standing by the window, hands in his pockets, staring out at the city below. The blinds were half open, letting in streaks of pale morning light that painted lines across his desk. He turned slowly, his face thoughtful. "Thank you for coming, Claire," he said, his voice lower than usual. "What's going on?" I asked. "Your message sounded serious." He gestured to the chair across from him. "Please, sit." There was something about the way he said it, calm, yet weighted, that made me nervous. I sat down, clutching my folder a little too tightly. He didn't speak right away. For a moment, the only sound was the soft hum of the heater and the faint buzz of city traffic outside. Then he said, "It's about the company. About what's going to happen next." I blinked. "The merger?" He nodded slowly. "Yes, but it's more than that. I need to make some difficult decisions. Ones that might affect people I care about." I felt my stomach twist. I'd been with the company for 12 years, long enough to know that difficult decisions usually meant layoffs or restructuring. I swallowed hard. "Are you saying my position is—" "No," he interrupted gently. "It's not that. I just need to tell you something, and I want you to hear it from me first." He took a breath, his eyes searching mine. I could see a flicker of something I hadn't noticed before: exhaustion, maybe even regret. "Claire, I'm stepping down," he said. "Next month." For a moment, I thought I misheard him. Daniel was the backbone of the entire department, steady, respected, even admired. The thought of him leaving felt surreal. "You're leaving?" "Yes." He smiled faintly, though it didn't reach his eyes. "It's been a long time coming. I've spent too many years trying to fix things that no longer need fixing. I think I've run out of reasons to stay." The room fell quiet again. Outside, a light drizzle began to patter against the window. I didn't know what to say. Over the years, Daniel had been more than a boss, he'd been a mentor. When my husband passed away 5 years earlier, he'd quietly adjusted my schedule, given me time to breathe, and never once made me feel like I was falling behind. He'd always treated me with quiet dignity, something that mattered more than he probably realized. "I wanted to tell you first," he said softly. "Because you've been the heart of this place, even when you didn't see it." My throat tightened. "That's kind of you to say." "It's true." He looked away, out the window again. Sometimes, the right people hold everything together, quietly, without ever asking for recognition. There was a pause. I studied him, wondering how long he'd carried this decision alone. "Why now?" I finally asked. He hesitated, then said, "Because there's more to life than work." I've been realizing that too late, perhaps. I got a call last week. My father isn't well. I need to go back home for a while, help him through treatment. Something inside me softened. His voice trembled slightly when he spoke of his father. I'd never seen Daniel vulnerable before, not once in all those years. "I'm sorry," I said quietly. That must be hard. He nodded, and for a moment, we simply sat there, two people caught in the stillness of something bigger than either of us. Then he said something I'll never forget. I know you'll take care of the team when I'm gone. You've always had that strength in you, even when you doubted it. I wanted to respond, to thank him, but the words tangled somewhere between my chest and throat. When I finally spoke, my voice came out softer than I expected. You could have told me sooner. You didn't have to carry it alone. He smiled faintly. Maybe I needed to believe someone would understand without me saying it. We talked for a while longer about work, the future, even memories of the early years when the office was small and everything felt possible. And then, just before I left, he said, Claire, I know you think I exaggerate sometimes, but when I said it was urgent, I meant it. Some things shouldn't wait. As I walked out of his office that day, I didn't fully understand what he meant. I just knew something inside me had shifted. Outside, the rain had stopped, leaving the streets glistening. The air smelled clean, fresh, like beginnings often do. I stood there for a long moment before heading back to my car, thinking about all the things we postpone, the words we don't say, the gratitude we never express, the moments we assume will always be waiting for us. It wasn't until weeks later, after he'd already left, that I realized the truth in his words. He'd been right, it really had been urgent. Not because of work, not because of deadlines, but because sometimes, the most important conversations in life can't wait for the perfect moment. That was the day I learned that urgency isn't always about crisis. Sometimes, it's about courage, the kind that reminds us to speak before silence takes our place.